My dreams are nightmares. How can I sleep? You got the gun against me.
What's going on, everybody? KingofDragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel WWE Elite Collection Series 78, Randy Orton. And so here we have Randy Orton posing out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually take a look at what he comes with. Randy Orton comes with 2 pairs of hands. We do get a pair of fists. Then we get a pair of style pose hands. His final accessory is, of course, his entrance hoodie, which is a really nice accessory. I do like the way it looks. Other than that, Randy Orton doesn't come with anything else. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually take a closer look at Randy Orton. And so here we have a closer look at Randy Orton, and I think this is one of Mattel's better head sculpts that we've gotten with Randy Orton. We've gotten so many good Randy Orton head sculpts that they just keep getting better and better, and this is no exception. Although if I have one criticism about this head sculpt is that they did sculpt on his goatee and his beard, but they didn't paint it on. Now I understand why they did it, because Randy Orton didn't really have a beard at this time, but they could have added like maybe just a little bit of a fade just so it gives it a little more life to it. It's something you only notice when you're looking right at the figure, but overall I still think it's a really nice job with Randy Orton, and something I do like is the way they did his hair. The hair is one of the best things about this figure. It does go from darker all the way to the fade in the back, so I really do like that. So yeah, overall, I really do like this head sculpt for Randy Orton. It's one of their better ones. I know a lot of people say it looks like John Cena, but honestly, I really don't see how it looks like John Cena. I mean, from most angles, it looks like Randy Orton. Yeah, I don't see John Cena in this head sculpt. I don't know what a lot of people are talking about. I think they just don't want to see another Randy Orton figure, which is understandable. But I don't think Randy Orton has really had a quote-unquote bad figure. I think they've all been exceptionally done well. Taking a look at the torso, this is a standard torso that we see with Randy Orton. It's nice, it's shredded just like Randy Orton is. Really do like the tattoo work here. Although it's not as detailed as I would like it to be, there are some really notable things like his tribal tattoo right here. We do have a little bit of it down here. Unfortunately, it does go a little bit on the armband, which that can't be helped, although it can if they applied the armband last, but it does appear they applied the armband and then the tattoos. We do have his Bible verse tattoo right here, which I don't know if you can actually make it out, but it's like, be sober, be vigilant, because the lion is your adversaries out to devour you. So really do like that. We get his other shoulder tattoos right here on the back of his neck. Those look really nice. We do have some more skulls, some more of his tribal tattoos, looking really nice. Now, one thing they did omit, well, they didn't omit it, it's actually right here, it's just not colored, is the rose that he has for his daughter, which I would have liked to see some color in this. I mean, even Undertaker's tattoos have a little bit of color. Really would have liked to see that on Orton. And then finally, we do have his tattoo right here, which I do feel like that should actually be closer to his pecs. I don't remember this tattoo being so far back. I want to say it should be closer to his pectoral, but I think I might be remembering it wrong, or maybe I'm right. I don't know. Having a look at his ring gear now, I do have a bias toward red ring gear, and this is no exception. I really do like this. I think this is a much better job than the previous Orton figure that we had, where it was blue and black, where it was really hard to see. This, really easy to see. The red and white do look really nice. On the back, if the camera will focus, it does say Orton on the back, so really do like these tights. Orton has had such a simple yet effective design for his tights in the past, so really can't fault him there. It works, and I always enjoy seeing new colors for Randy Orton. Well, almost dropped the figure. Don't want to do that. So we do have his new knee pads, where it does have the RKO on each knee pad, and that does look nice. They did go with the smaller knee pads right here, which they seem to be flip-flopping between the small knee pads and the even smaller Stone Cold knee pads for Randy Orton. Me, I honestly don't mind which one we get, because they both do fit the job for Randy Orton. But if I had to go with one, I prefer these. These knee pads are the best for Randy Orton. Of course, we do have his long, muscular legs, and then we go on to his black ring boots, which there's really not much to say about his ring boots. They're just black, but they do look really nice. So overall, this is an outstanding Randy Orton figure, and I think one of Mattel's better Randy Orton figures. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get him compared to other figures you may have in your collection. So here we have Randy Orton posed next to an Ultimate Edition's Brock Lesnar and a basic Jeff Hardy. And finally, here we have the Elite 78 Randy Orton posed next to the Decade of Domination Randy Orton and the Elite 67 Randy Orton. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually have a closer look at his articulation. Now, Randy Orton does have the standard Elite articulation. We do have a ball joint in the head, which he can look up exceptionally well. Unfortunately, he can't look down all that well, which is a little bit unfortunate, but the upward movement is pretty good, and you really do want that for Randy Orton just because you can get a lot of smug looks. And we also do get a lot of head tilt for an Elite figure, so we do get attitude with this figure. Does, of course, turn left and right, no problem. Arms are on ball joints that go out to the side. They do a full 360. Little stiff on mine, but they do go all the way around. We do have a bicep swivel. Single bend at the elbow. Works fine. Swivel and hinge at the wrist. No problems there. We do have an ab crunch, which goes back and forward, and that's pretty much the downward motion we have for his head. And like I said, we can get some really nice posing out of Orton with the ab joint and the really good neck joint. He does, of course, swivel at the waist. Legs do kick forward to about there, kick back, out to the side, no problem. We do have a thigh swivel, double bend at the knee, and the knee pad does get out of the way, so I do like that. We do have rotation at his boot, hinge in the ankle going back and forward, and then finally rocker ankle. So overall, Randy Orton here has pretty good articulation, and I do like it. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And finally, here we have the Elite 78 Randy Orton posed for my final thoughts. And overall, like I said, this is actually one of Mattel's better Randy Orton figures, and it looks really, really nice. If I had one complaint about the figure aesthetically, it would be that his 5 o'clock shadow probably could have used just a little bit of paint. I'm not talking about a heavy set of paint. I'm just talking about just faint enough that you can actually make out that he has 5 o'clock shadow, but not too dark that it looks like he has a hobo beard. Overall, I still think this is one of Mattel's better outings for a Randy Orton figure. And like I said, Mattel rarely puts out a bad Randy Orton figure. If I had to say that there's a bad one, I would say the Decade of Domination comes close, but even then, it's still a really nice figure. So this Randy Orton here is kind of hard to come by at the time I'm making this video. Elite 78 has come and gone for most stores. If you're lucky enough to find them on shelves and you need a Randy Orton in your collection, this is a really good figure to have, especially because it's kind of a modern Randy Orton. This is pretty much what he wears and how he looks currently. So if you need a current Randy Orton, this is probably your best bet. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other WWE videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you'd like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.